Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. Hi everyone and welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and in this video I'm very late to the party here, but in this video I'm going to take a look at the HotToys Baylan Skoll. I was about to say HotToys newly announced, but this is about 2 weeks old. HotToys, okay, we'll go with it. Newly announced 1/6 scale Baylan Skoll from the Star Wars Disney Plus TV show Ahsoka. Right. This looks really good, I gotta say. As much as I didn't appreciate the show itself, I thought Baylan and Shin were two of the better things, even though their storylines, well, her storyline went nowhere. It went nowhere, let's be honest. His storyline looked like it was building up to something, but typically in a lot, as has been done before in some of these Star Wars shows, or even I'd say some of these Disney Plus shows, whether they're Marvel MCU or whether they're kind of, you know, Disney Star Wars, they're kind of almost, it always seems like a lot of these shows are saving something for later. Maybe that's another series, or kind of like another series or show that's tying into this, or maybe it's a future project like a movie or something like that. So with those two characters, from my own perspective, they both looked great. Their acting was great, in particularly Baylan's acting. The action scenes they were involved in were quite good, whether it's the two of them going onto the ship in the, I think it was the first or second episode, and then, or the fight between Sabine and Shin in the forest, I think it was episode 4, or the fight between him and Ahsoka. That was all really well done. I was really curious. They did enough to kind of pique my interest on that. But yeah, it's very weird. His story kind of, I know he's kind of abandoned his Padawan. Do you still call them a Padawan if they're Siths? Or even if they're, I'm not quite sure if these are actually, they're not Jedi and they're not quite Sith. They definitely leaned more towards more of the dark side. But I suppose I was intrigued by the two characters. They looked the business. The action scenes were good. Probably one of the stronger points of a show, which I didn't think much of. But let's just take a look at him, because the actor did a great job. The costume design people did, the costume designers, whatever you want to call them, they did a great job. I think the body proportions on this looks quite good, and for, you know, all purposes, I think they did a great job on the head sculpt. So let's just first of all, $285 and due to ship, according to Sideshow, sometime between January and June of next year, so Q1 or Q2 of 2025. Let's just scroll through some of his images. We want to go all the way to the end. A lot of these images looks really good. So this is basically everything that he comes with. So separate rolling eyeballs function, a very strong sculpt. I think this is a 9 out of 10, to be honest. I'm looking at this, it's, you know, it's maybe not all the way there. I don't even know if I know the character enough, or I know the guy's face enough to know if it's good or not. I mean, it looks like him to me. Maybe something around the jaw, but maybe his jaw a bit wide or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking there, to be honest. Yeah, look, I think it looks like Ray Stevenson. I think it looks like Baylan Skoll. I think they've done a good job on the prototype anyway. Yeah, sometimes these beards can look a bit plasticky, but look, his beard was pretty damn white. I'm not sure how much detail they can put in that before it kind of looks a bit strange. But look, separate rolling eyeballs function, detailed costume with meticulous fabric selection. That sounds like a whole load of nonsense. Just tell us what it's made out of. Say it's leather, or it's plastic, or it's whatever type of fabric it is. I know, denim, cotton, whatever. Just tell us what it is. This whole meticulous fabric selection. It's like, just tell us what it's made out of. After all your meticulous fabric selecting, what did you pick? Because that just means nothing. LED lightsaber powered by USB. Look, let's be honest. So these guys had, like, this looks red here, but I'm pretty sure his lightsaber was orange. So not sure what that's about. I know it's not red, but it looks more red than it looks than orange. I think if you're going to go with Baylan and Shin, get some decent CCFLs. You've got a base which is very vanilla, and you got a bunch of swap out hands, a good selection of swap out hands. In fairness, you got that hand with that ring detail. I didn't catch that in the show, to be honest. Then you got his cloak and stuff like that, and obviously you got your saber. So the saber isn't going to look good, let's be honest. I mean, USB powered, that's great, but they don't look good. CCFLs are better. Right, so we're going to flick through some of these images. I think they've done a great job on not only the head sculpt or the proportions of this guy, because this guy's a big guy, he's a stocky guy, he had a lot of presence, but the kind of armor here as well, this kind of looks like Game of Thrones in space. It's kind of like somewhere between like a medieval knight and then a Sith, kind of mixed with a bit of Game of Thrones, or something like Jamie Lannister would be wearing or something. Yeah, so the metal looks really, I'm not sure is that damage or something like that from previous wear and tear. You even have that kind of like oxidation going on. It's kind of like a bit of a green kind of a hue on the bottom parts of it, or dirt and stuff like that as well. Very detailed. Yeah, look, I do see Ray Stevenson there. There's something maybe a little bit awry. I cannot put my finger on it. Usually when I make these videos, I kind of go, okay, I think it's space between the eyes, or maybe it's the hair that's throwing it off or something like that. I think this is a really good sculpt. I think this is very strong. A 9, but I'm not kind of... Usually if I think something's a 10, I'm kind of just going like, it just looks like a shrink ray, as the guys from Collecting Weekly would say. I think maybe it's something around the beard. Maybe it's because the beard is plastic and it's very hard to get that. We've seen that before with the different Obi-Wans, like the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan looked kind of a bit strange with the sculpted beard, but what you going to do? You're not going to root that. I don't think you possibly did it properly. That looks great. I gotta say, that looks great. I really love the just these characters. Some characters with, I've said multiple times, pardon me, I've said multiple times, figures with or characters even with trench coats just look cool, whether it's Matrix from the 1999 movie, Neo, or maybe it's the Nightmare Batman. Even though I'm not the biggest BVS fan, and as much as the first time I saw Batman wearing a coat, I thought this was a bit stupid, but it does look pretty cool. It just really grew on me. Joe from Blade Runner 2049, I think it's Joe. Deckard from the original Blade Runner. What else we got here? Even, okay, so like the obviously the in-art Joker, the purple coat one that we're all sick of. The 1989 Keaton one looks pretty cool. Not Keaton, and Nicholson. Shelby's not wearing a trench coat. He's kind of wearing more of just a long winter overcoat. Yeah, the Doc Ock, yeah, look, so figures with trench coats look awesome, and yeah, I think these like Jedi and Sith characters with cloaks look awesome as well. So that Mando Luke over there, now you can't really see it from here, just looks incredible. Like, just a figure that I thought I was going to like, but didn't realize how much I liked it, and I posed it up with the CCFL. So yeah, this is a big imposing guy. They've got the body right, they've got the head sculpt right, they seem to have got the weathering on the outfit and the different armor plates and stuff like that. Him posed up with an orange, not red, CCFL and the cape. It's going to look incredible. And this is the thing, like, even though, like, I don't want to dwell on how much, like, I did not appreciate the Ahsoka show. There was definitely, I think episode 4 was the trump card for me. I didn't really buy into the Anakin 5 fan service on episode 5 because I'm not the biggest Clone Wars fan, even though I've watched every single one of those episodes in those 7 seasons. I just not the biggest Hayden Christensen Clone Wars prequels fan, so maybe a lot of that was just lost on me. But I really liked episode 4 and parts of episode 1 and even 2. But overall, even though I didn't really like the show, let's just push that aside for 1 minute. The Ahsoka line, every single prototype that comes out now has looked incredible, and Baylan and Shin don't seem to be any different. Baylan and Shin, Chopper, Hera, Sabine, Ahsoka the White, the young Ahsoka, Thrawn, all look incredible. So yeah, if you're collecting these and you're into the show, I mean, this is 100% for you then, I'm guessing. Just going to flick through some of them. Some of the images look better. I think this is certain angles look better than others, and of course you could say that about most, if not every, HotToys or 1/6 scale head sculpt. Maybe not every, but for the most part, yeah, look, you can really see how stocky he is there. He's a big guy, he's broad, he's a kind of big chested man. He looks like kind of rugby player's type of physique or something like that. Look at him there, like, the guy's an absolute tank. That looks really good. That is the angle, and see the rolling eyeballs function just adds. And of course people saw this here and they saw Shin, his partner in crime, and I think Baylan was announced first. It went up on the HotToys official Facebook and Instagram, and then Shin shortly afterwards. Separate rolling eyeballs function, which is kind of for a figure like this, which definitely you want to have it angled at its strongest angle. So you want to have angle in a certain way that kind of highlights its best side, that looks like Baylan. Of course, using those rolling eyeballs will help with that. So yeah, look, all in all, another absolute banger prototype from a very strong prototype lines of from the Ahsoka TV show. Not for me, didn't like the show, won't be picking it up. You're going to be hearing that a lot over the next few months because money, space, all that kind of stuff. So look, that's the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Consider becoming a channel member. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.